back to a new episode of Primetime. I'm Massimo,
And I'm Caleb.
and we have a bunch of topics to go over. We have WNBA star Brittany Griner arrested. Rapper NBA YoungBoy arrested.
And we have Aaron Rodgers signing a deal with the Packers, Russell Wilson getting traded to the Broncos, the NFL Combine, and some MLB news. Let's talk about Brittany Griner getting arrested in Russia.
She was arrested for allegedly having possession of hemp oil when flying back to the United States.
Basically vape pods, yep.
Exactly, and now she is
used as a negotiation tool for Russia to find more about the U.S. Russia says that they have leverage. They'll have leverage on the U.S. for having an American Idol or star. I don't think it'll be that much of a problem for the U.S. since we have a bigger army and we're part of NATO, so we'll have many allies come to defend us.
If needed. Hopefully we don't start World War III. I mean, this could be good and this could be bad because they might. Right now, they're just using her as leverage for a little bit, just for, with Ukraine. But it might just get worse, and that might start war.
Let's talk about NBA YoungBoy getting arrested.
NBA YoungBoy was arrested and soon to have a trial date in Baton Rouge. There in his hometown, which is Baton Rouge, police seized a camera containing footage allegedly showing NBA YoungBoy
carrying drugs,
weapons, and
over a dozen guns and $47,000 in cash.
So he will be arrested and soon to be tried for that.
What are your thoughts on that?
I like NBA YoungBoy. He's pretty. I mean, some.
Rappers make dumb decisions, think they'll get out of it easily.
Exactly, especially with their videos, they don't really know how to control it. So, we saw that in a lot of rappers, getting arrested.
Let's move on. Let's talk about some NFL news.
Aaron Rodgers.
$200 million contract for 4 years with the Green Bay Packers.
Okay, so basically, he's the highest paid, I think, NFL player
ever. I think so. 4 years for $200 million. He's old. I don't think they realize the Packers haven't gotten a first round win since like 2015, I think.
And okay, since you did that, you gotta have them win a Super Bowl in the 4 years, because that's $200 million. Mike Trout, MLB, probably the best player in the MLB, maybe all time, and definitely now. He got about $300 million, a little more for 10 years. He got like $100 million less
for 6 more years.
6 less years. That's crazy. Let's talk about that. Do you think? Also, Devontae Adams. Are they gonna re-sign him? I think they will. They have to.
Because I think Devontae Adams wanted to stay with Aaron Rodgers, and they're one of the best duos in the game right now. Best duos. We speak of Jamar Chase, Joe Burrow, Cooper Kupp, and Matthew Stafford. Some could even say Patrick Mahomes and Tyreek Hill, but.
Or no, I think it's more of Patrick Mahomes and
Travis Kelce. All right.
I mean, okay, so basically, who is it? Is it Matt LaFleur? What's wrong with their team? Because they've had. I think they've had the best team.
It's the
3 years in a row.
It's the bye week. I feel like they get rusty during the bye week, and
we've seen that so many times. So I don't know. I wonder if they're going to change up their approach going into the postseason this coming year. We'll see how they're going to relay, because they have to do something. They can't be getting out the first round every single time.
Being the best team in the NFC.
Being the best team in the NFC, maybe the best team. People can argue the best team in the
NFL.
I mean, there's a great chance. Sticking with
NFL and trades. Russell Wilson finally traded to the Broncos for Drew Lock, Noah Fant,
Shelby Harris, and a few first-round picks. Let's talk about this. I think
Broncos gave up one of their. Well, the Broncos gave up their tight end.
Okay, that's gonna be big, but
I feel like with the first-round picks, they'll probably pick up a good tight end. Their defense is great. Their running game is great. Melvin Gordon.
Okay, so remember how the Washington Commanders a couple years ago, they made it to the wild card first time in a while. I think there'll be a team that's going to be able to get into the playoffs, but I don't think they're going to go so deep.
I mean, that's what they were missing.
They have a chance because last year they were close to getting into the playoffs, but let's see if they'll be able to do it this year with Russell Wilson, who has a bunch of experience. He'll be the upper hand. I wonder how Seattle's gonna feel about this. I haven't, Seattle fans.
Sucks to suck.
I mean, Drew Lock has not. I mean, okay, Drew Lock last year showed that he can be a good quarterback, but
He just
he's not
hasn't
reliable.
Shown much potential.
Yeah, he hasn't
and he's not consistent. He's
exactly.
Not consistent
One game he might throw two touchdowns. The next game he might score one maybe 0 to 1 touchdown with like 3 interceptions. He's got to be consistent. And he's got to look for DK Metcalf. DK Metcalf is, if the Seahawks are going to want to continue being good, I think DK Metcalf's going to have to be
he's their weapon right now, 100%.
Moving on.
NFL Combine. And obviously, NFL Combine is start. I heard about this story about a wide receiver that ran a 4.02 in the 40-yard dash, which would be the fastest ever in a human being, especially in the NFL. But they counted it as a 4.32. But when they go back in and go pixel by pixel, it shows that his foot crossed the line at 4.02, but they decided not to change it.
That's okay.
And
that sucks.
We have UCLA tight end Greg Dulcich, our old family friend. Cool that I know someone in the NFL. Our friend Patrick McPherson, his brother Liam Ryan, captain and outside tackle for Washington State. He was supposed to go in the NFL Combine, but he got surgery and was not able to compete in the NFL Combine. He will most likely get drafted, maybe second or third round because of his injury.
Moving on, we have MLB news. Some MLB news. The Players Union and the MLB committee, they met the other day. They haven't agreed for the season this year. They had a lot of mileage run, but they did agree for something in 2023 next year. The rule changes including a pitch clock. A lot of people wanted that. Bigger bases, which is definitely going to prevent injuries in my opinion. And then to ban shifts. This is a big yes or no thing. I disagree with it because the game has came to stats. A lot of stats are involved, and I think it should be that way because it just changed the batter's approach. And then moving on, last little thing. College baseball started. I love college baseball. Most underrated sport in my opinion. I think it is.
March Madness coming up, actually.
Yeah, March Madness is gonna be fun.
I think it's this weekend. It might be starting. I don't know.
Michigan may not make it, and Michigan State. We'll see.
Crazy college basketball weekend last weekend. Teams 1 through 6 in entire college basketball lost, including number 1 Gonzaga, lost to St. Mary's.
I don't think they're even ranked.
St. Mary's actually got ranked in that game. They are now 23rd.
Okay,
but
so yeah.
7 out of the top 10 teams in college basketball lost this weekend. It's crazy.
And speaking of college basketball, college sports, Coach K, the beloved Duke coach for a long, long time, won many championships, has retired. His last game was against NC State, North Carolina State. They're big rivals. Baby Blue. They unfortunately they lost, but it was a great moment for Duke players. See. Not a great moment, but a sad, but also a great moment to see him, go down in history in the books. That's
So there's Premier League news. Leeds United, my team, they're not getting relegated, but they are not doing too well. But since they got a new coach, I think they'll be doing pretty well now. They did lose the last 6 games in a row, which is quite unfortunate. But since they got the new coach, I think they'll be fine. And Chelsea coach, I forget, there was like some news about him, something like there's under investigation or he's retiring or something. Something that suspended him and he's not coaching right now. But I don't know. And that's all for this episode.
That's all for this week's episode. Thank you for tuning into PrimeTime, and we'll see you next weekend or next week. Thank you.
Weekend.